Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessie, also known as Miss Cherry, and today we are continuing Stitch Week because this week the brand new live action Lilo and Stitch film comes out in theaters, and I personally am very excited about it. I would love to know what you think down below in the comments. Today we are going to be opening these live action scene figurines from Just Play Products. You probably have heard of some of the products that Just Play creates. They create Disney Doorables. They also create those little plush teacups that have the princesses and their sidekicks in them. I will link some Just Play videos that we've done over here on the channel below for you. But what's interesting is I've never seen from Just Play Products these kind of scene figurines. So these are the different ones that we can get. There's a rare that I'm really hoping, because this is one of my favorite scenes. We've got Stitch with chickens, Stitch with a lava lamp, surfing, driving with Scrump, which we love, being a record player, and then also being on the beach. We have 8 of these to open today. There are only 7 that you can collect, so fingers crossed, everyone. Let's get into it. It's mystery time. These are a little bit hard to get into. The plastic is really thick on them, and then they also are taped shut. So I just want to point that out. Oh, okay. So these are not in blind boxes. These are just exposed. And let's see what we've got. Oh my goodness. It does come with its own little collection cards. You can check them off as you collect them. Again, I really am hoping for that rare. And here is what the packaging looks like. So we have Stitch and Scrump in that little car. So let's put this together and see what it looks like. Something I want to point out is that they have a place for like where Stitch should sit, and he is going to be able to be kind of locked into place, which I think is actually very nice. And then look at tiny Scrump. So we're going to pop Scrump in here. Okay, so here is what it looks like. So there are little knobs that are on the bottom of this little brick base that go into the tires. It was a little bit hard to see. But look how adorable this is. So Stitch is in the pink car. I saw him driving on the red carpet during the premiere over the weekend, which was too cute. His license plate says "too fast." I really like the details. I think he is very adorable. You can tell that he has some texture in his fur that makes him look a little bit more realistic. Also, I want to throw out there that Scrump is being such a good passenger, because it seems like Stitch is going a little wild, and he definitely doesn't have his hands on the wheel, and Scrump is just calm, collected, and down for a ride, and I love that for her. And so here is our first one. What a great way to start the video. I think this is so adorable. Something I will point out is that these look like they fit together in a puzzle piece style. So as we collect, we may be able to put all these together and kind of see what they create. So let's move on to box number 2. These are available at Walmart. They were on an end cap when I went there just a few days ago. And as always, if I can find them online, I will link them down below for you so you can find them. Wow. Okay, so this is really fun. So here is Stitch, and he is eyeballing the lava lamp. If you have seen some of the trailers to this movie, you will know that he actually drinks the lava lamp, which I definitely would not suggest. I would think that would make you very sick, but it was very, very silly. He's got a lei on. You can see it in between his little hands there, and then there's a little pillow. And what was cool was this was actually a separated piece, and so you got to actually place it onto the bottom here. It kind of looks like he is sitting on Lilo's bed, possibly looking at her pictures that she takes of tourists, although they're not, the pictures aren't there. But as you'll notice, there's a little bite out of the edge of the corner, which I thought was so cool. Again, you'll notice that different texture of Stitch's fur, I think to make him look more realistic. I think that that was their goal with these figurines, to make them a little bit different from their typical figurines that they would make of Stitch, which I appreciate that detail. So very detailed, very cool scene. I'm very intrigued to see how all of this fits together with those puzzle pieces that are at the bases. Let's move on to number 3 and see what we've got. Wow, this is Amazing. So this came in 3 pieces, the umbrella that is so gorge, and Stitch, and also this piece of sand. I would suggest placing Stitch down first and then kind of wiggling that sand underneath his little arms because it was a little bit challenging to put together. Something I will point out about this series too is that if you are sensitive to the smell of plastic, it is very strong smelling. I can't obviously show that through the video, but I just want to make that a point. But how beautiful is the texture of this sand? He's also got a little pail and a starfish. He's looking just very content playing in the sand there. I think that's so cute. We're going to do a little 360 view of him. There is quite a bit of diagonal lean to this, and that it's meant to be that way, so it's not broken. I just want to point that out. I think they were trying to get it to lean away from Stitch's ears because his ears are so large, so I think it's accommodating that. But isn't that so cool? I love this. Again, I do want to point out that I love the fur texture that they did with this series. They did such a great job. And so he is going to go, oh my gosh, his umbrella is a little large. Maybe we're going to move these down. There we go. That way he can sit on that side. All right, continuing on with number 4. Oh no, guys, we have floundered. Over here on the channel, when we get duplicates, we say that we have floundered, and unfortunately, we have a duplicate. So we will bring over our flounder mug, although this will not fit in there. We're just gonna set it beside it so we know that that one is a duplicate. Darn it. We were doing so well. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is number 5. The box is a little squished on this one. I think someone was trying to see inside. These are packaged so well. I don't know how you would be able to tell. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love Stitch when he's in an outfit. For some reason, it just speaks to my soul. I love the sunglasses. They are kind of see-through, which is very fun. He has a striped surfboard. This one is slightly less stable because the lip of this water doesn't allow for the surfboard to be like pushed in fully. So I just want to point that out. He is a little bit fragile, so if I lose him, that's probably why. But isn't he so adorable? So let's do a little pan all the way around. Look at his little booty. How gorgeous is this too? It's like iridescent, or I guess pearlized, I guess would be a proper term for that. The wave is crashing around him. How gorge is that? Oh, see, I told you, he pops out a little bit easy on this one. Okay, so here Stitch is surfing. Oh my gosh, okay, this is cracking me up. What I don't know why, but like his little face looks like he's in like some sort of like odd, like euphoric state where he's just like zoning out and being a speaker, which I think is so very funny. His little finger is on the record because he's being a record player right now. His finger doesn't quite line up perfectly with the record. I wish that they would have extended him out a little bit more so it was like very prominent, him being like his little finger on there. But if you've seen the movie before, you definitely know what this scene is. It has a really cool checkered floor. And then we've got a little box, like a crate, that looks like a wooden crate that is full of records, and there's little music notes in there. They've really done a great job on the details of this. There is a little bit of mess up in some of the paint job. I do want to mention that, like on his teeth and on the record. So this one is a little bit less perfect, which is fine. And let's do a little turnaround of it. I love like his shoulders look slumped over, like he is just in this like interesting position that just makes me laugh. What a fun figurine. I really like this one. This one is very cool. Oh my gosh. We're doing so good, you guys. Okay, knock on wood. Oh my gosh, knock on wood. So we have, this will be number 7. Let's see what we've got. Oh, this is so cool. So this has to be a new scene from the new film. Last time I was in Hawaii, it was very noticeable that there are chickens everywhere. And so I love that they included chickens in this film because I feel like it is very Hawaiian. We visited Maui. Well, last time I went, we were in the Honolulu area. There was a lot of chickens there. But when we went to Maui and took the road to Hana, we would stop in these little pullouts and we would go see there were so many chickens and cats like kind of living in harmony. We called it the kitty chicken villages, and it was so fun. So this really truly reminds me of Hawaii, and I love that. I'm excited to see like what they're going to do with this. It almost looks, remember that scene in Lilo and Stitch where he's like destroying the fake city? It almost looks like he is kind of doing the same, where he's like running after these chickens, or maybe it's going to be like a similar type of situation. But how beautiful. There's little pebbles. There's also some greenery. The chickens actually came on this bottom part, and then the plant and Stitch were what we attached to the puzzle piece here, or whatever you want to call this little scene. But I do love the detail and the texture in this. It also looks a little bit wet, right? It looks like a little muddy and glistening. And so I think that's pretty cool, because Hawaii is a tropical kind of place where you would encounter some rain and some humidity. So we are on to our very last. The only one that we have left is the rare. And I know that that is a big ask, but if we can please send all of this the pixie dust that we possibly can. Fingers crossed for an Experiment 626 Stitch, my favorite form of Stitch, when he has all 6 arms. Let's see, or I guess 4 arms, 2 legs. You know what I mean, 4 appendages. Let's go. All right, come on, rare Stitch. Oh, darn it. We got another surfing Stitch, so we have floundered. Here's another up close look at all of the Stitch movie time scenes that we got. I would love to know which ones are your favorite. My favorite is going to go to the pink car, and also to this very, very adorable record player Stitch. And here is what they look like all placed together in a row, like their little bases want them to. I really like this. This is a very cool display piece. I love how it has some curvature to it. That's going to look really nice on a display shelf. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Happy Lilo and Stitch week, and I will see you guys in the next one. TTFN. Bye.